Good evening and welcome back to the Phightins Final here on the Edge of Philly Sports with your boy Matty B, and walking it off again. That's right. This time Kyle Schwarber comes through in the ninth inning with his 17th home run of the season, giving the Phillies a 5-4 victory over the Los Angeles Dodgers and an outstanding start to a very important series for the Phillies. I mentioned this on the show last night that this is one of those series where you kind of want to judge this team's character. Yeah, okay, we beat up on the Tigers and Nationals. We're supposed to, but the last time we faced the Dodgers, it did not go well at all. It was actually embarrassing. And now tonight, they were able to, fall behind, take a lead, lose the lead, and then they followed that up with a walk-off home run by Kyle Schwarber. 5-4 Phillies, now one game under 500 at 31-32. Let's take a look at this game, shall we? Let's head inside the box score on this Friday night. The Dodgers would get things going 1-0 in the first, where they Martinez would double, and Freddie Freeman, who had himself another night. And I want to talk a little bit in depth here in a minute about Freddie Freeman and Mr. Mookie Betts as they continue to just hound this team. And it's to a point. I said this last couple days ago or whatever, or last time they played the Dodgers. Listen, just walk them. Just intentionally walk both of those two every time they come up in the lineup. That's at the point I am with both of them. But Freddie Freeman would score to make it 1-0 Dodgers in the first. Bryce Harper, though, would answer in the third by knocking in Kyle Schwarber to tie things. And then Nick Castellanos would double in Armando Sosa to make it 2-1 in the fifth. Kyle Schwarber would score on a Mike Grove wild pitch and making it 3-1 Phillies in the fifth. Turner would single in Castellanos to make it 4-1 in the fifth. So the Phillies found themselves out to a 4-1 lead in the fifth inning, courtesy of a huge 3-run inning that inning. But here come the Dodgers. Mookie Betts. I gotta constantly say it. The Dodgers had themselves a 3-run inning, and they had that in the seventh. Betts would get it going with a 2-run shot, scoring Vargas, and then Freeman would follow it up with a solo shot to make it 4-4. And then Kyle Schwarber would answer the bell, literally, in the bottom of the ninth inning with his 17th home run of the year, a walk-off job, 5-4 Phillies. And Ranger Suarez, who did not look, I guess he looked kind of the way he's supposed to look at this point, battling back from an injury. I think there's a lot of positives. He had 8 strikeouts. That was a huge positive. The strikeouts are now starting to come for Ranger. I think you got to look at Ranger in steps and phases. He did go 6 innings, and that's another positive, as another long inning game by a starter. 6 innings, 4 hits, one run, an earned run, 2 walks, and the 8 strikeouts. Strom, Alvarado, and Soto would pitch the rest of the night. Soto getting the save in the ninth inning. And Alvarado, recently reactivated off of the injured list tonight. Matter of fact, was reactivated today. Pitched the inning, gave up a hit, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Matt Strom potentially had the worst night of all the starters. His one inning was very shaky. It was at 7th, 2 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned, a walk, 2 strikeouts, and he gave up 2 home runs. So not a good night for Matt Strom, but Jose Alvarado coming back from the disabled list, or the injured list, pitched positively. And then Greg Soto, it's always a positive to see him get the save. Gonzalez, Grove, Vessa, Miller, and Ferguson would pitch for the Dodgers in a losing effort in a kind of a bullpen game thing for the Dodgers tonight, as they were kind of not as solid, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say this was an emphatic Phillies win. This was a game that the Phillies labored over. They had the lead, they lost it, but they found a way to come back in it. And that's really kind of what it really shapes down to for me and boils down to is showing some character against a very quality opponent in the Los Angeles Dodgers. A 5-4 victory, get this thing going in the weekend set on a positive note as the Phillies get the win, as I again mentioned, moving now within one game of 500 now, 31-32. Let's take a look at your action in Major League Baseball on this Friday evening. Let's talk games that are still ongoing right now. In the top of the ninth, it is 9-6 San Diego over the Rockies. Top of the sixth, 5-3 Angels over the Mariners. End of the fourth, out in San Fran, 1-0 Giants over the Cubs. And games that have gone final, Diamondbacks 11-6 over the Tigers. The Rays 8-3 over the Rangers. The Red Sox 3-2 over the Yankees. Orioles 3-2 over the almost said the Chiefs. Royals. Pirates beat the Mets. Mets lost again tonight. This time the Pirates doubled them up 14-7. Twins 3-2 over Blue Jays. Final in 14 innings. Guardians 10, Astros 9. Braves defeated the Nationals 3-2. The White Sox over the Marlins 2-1. Athletics over the Brewers 5-2, and the Cardinals over the Reds 7-4. And a full night of action around Major League Baseball. And of course, the game that everybody really cares about around here, Phillies 5-4 over the Dodgers. They run their winning streak now up to a season best 6 games. As we've talked about this, I talked about it last night. This was one of those series, an opportunity series that the Phillies needed to capitalize on. Again, it's okay to beat up all day long over the likes of the Tigers and the Nationals. We can do that if we want, but it's another thing to go out there and win against teams like the Dodgers, Mets, Braves, teams like that, consistent playoff contending teams. And especially based on what the Phillies did the last time they played the Dodgers, tonight was a welcomed game, even though it kind of hung in the balance and the Phillies had opportunities and they could not put it away. They still found a way to win it at the end. And that's really all that matters. All that matters to me. Phillies now run their record to June to 6-2. Some notable stat lines on the old Matty B stat sheet tonight. Phillies pitching struck out 13 Dodgers. Phillies struck out 8 times themselves. Their totals now on the year. The Phillies pitching staff has struck out 563, and the Phillies have struck out 561 times, and they both average out to about 9 a game. Not the best thing you want to talk about. It's great to see them striking them out, but we really got to work on our strikeouts, as the Phillies did strike out 8 more times tonight as a team. But 6-2 now for the month of June. Huge victory, 6 in a row now, as they will continue to build on this. Hopefully tomorrow at the bank, the Phillies will go, and Aaron Nola will get the start for the Phillies, and he'll be opposed by Bobby Miller, a 4:05 time for those of you who are going to head down there to catch out that game. So 4:05 tomorrow, Dodgers, Phillies. Phillies looking for 7 in a row, looking to win the series against the Dodgers. That's right, win a series. Another one. It'd be the 3rd straight, 11th on the season if that can happen. So tomorrow, Aaron Nola against Miller at 4:05 at the bank. For those of you looking to travel like the pros, you need to not look any further than PhilliesSportsTrips.com. They got you covered. Phillies, Flyers, Sixers, and Eagles, to include next year's Phillies spring training trip. I cannot believe they already got that out. Head over to PhilliesSportsTrips.com and see what they are all about. Workman's compensation, motor vehicle accidents, personal injury, or criminal law. Dave Cherry is the man to call, 610-565-0300. Dave will take his very best care of you, I promise. And for those hard-to-find sports, concerts, theater tickets, look no further than Sherry's Ticket Town at www.sherrystickets.com. Save an additional 10% when you enter the promo code EOP10. And remember, great prices, no hidden fees. Dolan's down there at 24 East Sellers Ave in Ridley Park. Quizzo, music, great times, memorabilia giveaways, and you never know who might walk through the front door at Dolan's. Give them a try if you find yourself in Delco, which, again, I've said this before, too. I don't know what you'd be doing in Delco, but whatever. If you find yourself there, you need to head over to Dolan's and check them out for everything they have to offer, because it'll be a good time, I promise. Folks, 5-4 Phillies, walking it off in the 9th. Kyle Schwarber had himself a night. Again, I ride Kyle hard. Tonight, 2 for 3, 3 runs, 1 RBI, homer, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. His average is now up to a healthy 177. Do I say that this was the best night offensively for Kyle Schwarber of 2023? Is that something that I might want to float out there? It might be. He didn't strike out. He hit a triple in this game as well, a home run, an RBI, and a homer. So maybe this is his best offensive output of 2023. I guess you can make a case for that. But it's good to see that. It's absolutely great to see Kyle Schwarber hitting like that. It's what we signed up for. 177 ain't doing it for me, though. Ain't doing it for me in any slight bit of the word. So hopefully he continues to build on that. And this whole thing about him leading off, I'm not going back off of that. He doesn't need to be there. We need to move him out of that leadoff spot. I don't think we're going to win a world championship with Kyle Schwarber as our leadoff hitter. He needs to figure out how to bat lower in the lineup. We need to maximize those 17 home runs with more RBIs, with more runners on base. But I'll take small increment improvements, and tonight was definitely that for Kyle Schwarber as he had himself a key night, key offensive figure for the Phillies tonight, my offensive hero of the night. And then Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. How much more do we need to see to understand that these two don't need to be batting in any games against Phillies pitching? For the evening, they were 4 for 10, which I guess is not necessarily that earth-shattering. They did score 3 runs combined. They did knock in 3 runners, the 3 runs combined. They hit 2 home runs, and they struck out 3 times. But still, that was the bulk of the offense for this team. The bulk of the offense of the Dodgers against the Phillies forever has been Freddie Freeman and now Mookie Betts. So I don't need to see these two batting ever again. I am definitely an advocate of walking them whenever they come up. So let's look at that maybe as an option going forward for the rest of this series and beyond when it comes to dealing with Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts. But 5-4 Phillies with the win, 6 in a row now, 31-32 on the season. Tomorrow, Aaron Nola getting the nod at the bank at 4:05. That's going to wrap me up, folks. I hope you tune back in for the rest of the weekend and everything that we have to offer here on the Edge of Philly Sports. Don't forget, we'll be joining you at the end of each Phillies game on Saturday and Sunday. It's not me. It's I want to say Pat tomorrow. I'm not sure. Pat and Al. Yeah, Pat tomorrow, Al on Sunday. So make sure you're tuning back in for that. Until we talk again, let's go Phils. And Harry the K, what do you got for me?